This is Josh Jelinski, the financial quarterback, and we're being joined by Ed Slott talking about his new book, The New Retirement Savings Time Bomb, the completely updated #1 new release, The New Retirement Savings Time Bomb by Ed Slott. And for those who haven't heard of you, Ed, you've been a very popular guest on the broadcast before. Please describe your background for our listeners.
Well, great to be back. And actually, the book comes out next week, but I just got my first copy in the mail. There it is. That's what it looks like. The New Retirement. Wow. Actually, with radio, it's a blue and yellow book. Anyway, I'm a CPA focusing on, and I've been doing this for 30 years, helping people protect and preserve their retirement savings, their 401ks, their IRAs, from the heavy, excessive threat to your financial standing in retirement. So that's why I wrote the book. That's why I call it The New Retirement Savings Time Bomb. There are new threats that have to be dealt with now.
So what are the newest threats that you think are on the horizon for us?
Well, obviously, higher taxes in the future. Just look at the debt and deficit levels. It's just a matter of time when they jack up the rates, just when you reach in for yours in retirement, when you don't have any more paychecks. This is when you're the most vulnerable, when you're relying on that income. Imagine going into retirement and thinking all the money you saved in retirement is actually your money, but it's not.
No, fantastic. So what prompted you to write the new book? I mean, this was actually my favorite book of all time was your original Retirement Savings Time Bomb. And we have a visitor, Baby Billy, is in the studio today. So if you hear him, hopefully my wife will come
Baby Billy is going to be the one paying off this debt. So as soon as he can sign, he will be paying off all this growing debt that we are building up. I mean,
1.9 trillion and counting. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Maybe, will Billy be the financial advisor or the accountant in the family? We'll see. He's very eager to learn. So the first book was really my favorite book you've ever written, the original. So I'm excited about the New Retirement Savings Time Bomb. What do you think? We have $1.9 trillion in debt and counting. A lot of people say, hey, they should scrap this entire bill and just do like a piecemeal approach. Okay, if they need $400 billion for COVID relief, unemployment extension, do that. Don't do $1.9 trillion. But it seems that the political appetite is there for money printing as far as the eye can see. So what are some new taxes that you're worried about, or is it more just the increasing of the rates?
Well, I'm worried about the increased debt. We talked about the nation's debt. I'm talking about your own personal debt. Even people that, let's say in their 50s and 60s, lots of the financial obligations are behind them. Maybe they paid off the mortgage on their home, paid off the kids' college, so now they have more money to contribute to their 401ks and IRAs, and they can get in better shape for retirement. They're all contributing the wrong way. They're building up a tax-deferred account, which is a future debt to the government. I'm saying take advantage of today's low tax rates. They're here now. Don't worry about what the government's doing. You can take control of your own tax rate now. Forget about them. Simple things like converting to a Roth IRA. Do a series of small conversions. Move your money from accounts that are forever taxed to never taxed. The point is to get the tax law to start working for you rather than against you. I always say you want your plan, not the government plan. And when I say that, people say, what do you mean, Ed? What's the government plan? Doing absolutely nothing. sitting there and letting it happen to you. Because if you do nothing, you might see with the run up in the stock market and say, wow, look at all the money I'm building up. A lot of that is really just a loan. You owe a chunk of that. We don't know how much, but it could be a lot. You owe a lot of that money right back to Uncle Sam. So it's time to take control, take action, and start building in tax-free territory as a hedge against what the uncertainty of what future higher rates could do to your standard of living in retirement. This can be addressed now, regardless of what they're doing in Congress.
So you like Roths, you're worried about future tax rates on the rise. And think of it as we don't even need a new tax, folks. All we need is for Congress to say, you know what? Why don't we tax rich people at 50%, at 39%, at 42%? Explain just how easy that is.
Oh, that can be done easily. I don't think it's going to happen quickly because we have, I think, this one-year window of opportunity for 2021. Tax legislation is on the back burner. They have other issues now, more pressing issues. And the longer it takes them to devise a tax plan, the later in the year it happens, the more likely or the less likely it will be that it will be retroactive and effective for 21. So I think the earliest we'll see any major tax reform is 2022. That's why now is the perfect time to start planning and taking advantage of today's low rates to capitalize on the situation we have now.
Yeah, like you say, taxes are on sale.
The preceding program was sponsored by the Jelensky Advisory Group.
Any awards, rankings, or recognition by unaffiliated third parties or publications, including 5-Star Wealth Manager, Advisory of the Year finalist by Senior Market Advisor, and top of the $1 Million Roundtable, are in no way indicative of the advisor's future performance or any individual client's investment success. No award, ranking, or recognition should be construed as a current or past endorsement of Josh Jelensky or Wealth Quarterback LLC. Information regarding specific awards, rankings, or recognitions is available on the Wealth Quarterback website at www.jelensky.org. All investment strategies have the potential for profit or loss. Investment strategies such as asset allocation, diversification, or rebalancing do not assure or guarantee better performance and cannot eliminate the risk of investment losses. There are no guarantees that a portfolio employing these or any other strategy will outperform a portfolio that does not engage in such strategies. This broadcast should not be construed by any client or prospective client as a solicitation to effect or attempt to effect transactions in securities or the rendering of personalized investment advice. Due to various factors, including changing market conditions, the information discussed in this broadcast may no longer be reflective of current positions or recommendations. While information presented is believed to be factual and up to date, Josh Jelensky and Wealth Quarterback do not guarantee its accuracy, and it should not be regarded as a complete analysis of the subjects discussed. The tax and estate planning information discussed is general in nature, is provided for informational purposes only, and should not be construed as legal or tax advice. Listeners should consult an attorney or tax professional regarding their specific legal or tax situation.
Advisory services offered through Wealth Quarterback LLC.